The three-stone stove in many African communities goes a long way, back many generations, because of the way it's assembled. The stove that uses firewood and burns fast because of the aeration system, with a lot of air penetrating it from all sides, makes it very convenient for many homes to use. But this, however, creates a lot of smoke and soot that leaves those that participate in the cooking engulfed in toxic smoke while preparing food as part of their daily routine. But now a group of researchers have come up with a new stove that will see all the original components maintained but will cook faster and also will be smokeless and sootless. Unlike the usual charcoal stoves on the market that burn charcoal into ash, this uses firewood and produces charcoal at the end of it all.
But then we realized, how about get a stove that is going to use less fuel, less firewood, and it is going to also make you charcoal. So on that, you're going to save on money, the trips you're going to take going to the market to buy your charcoal.
The stove is made out of metal and has three components that require assembling for it to be fully functional.
It has the fuel chamber, it has the cylinder, then it has the pot rest. The fuel chamber has a grate that has holes. And then the cylinder, where the fuel chamber sits into, it has just, it's an X in it, and it has space in it.
The fuel chamber is filled with firewood that is measured to a specific height to leave room at the top of the chamber and is lit using small sticks of wood so that the fire can spread over the entire stove evenly. It is then that the pot rest is put on to complete the stove, which is now ready for use. But this flame can be regulated through the air chambers at the bottom of the stove.
When you want a very hot flame, depending on what you're cooking, you'll just leave it open. And all the oxygen that you want will come in and support your flame, and you'll have a very big flame. But if I want just to have a little flame to do my cooking, I will close this primary air unit just a little bit.
The stove does not smoke because of the space left in between the wood and the pot rest, which is enough space for the gases to mix inside the stove and produce a sootless flame. The stove works well with alternative fuels like briquettes, maize cobs and papyrus because they produce less carbon, which is a gas that destroys the ozone layer. The pot rest, however, is also carved onto the inside to make efficient use of the heat.
So you realize that the fire, the heat, it's not evenly distributed. It's just concentrated in one place. So you'll have longer time for the food to cook. But this pot rest that is slanting, the flame is going to be evenly distributed.
Most charcoal stoves and the traditional three-stone stove are lit from the bottom, which uses a lot of air to burn the wood. But the mortar stove uses the top updraft technology so that the fire spreads downwards, producing a lot of heat with less wood. The UN estimates that around 1.4 women and children die each year because of inhaling fumes from wood or solid biomass burning in traditional cook stoves. Krikadoda, NTV, EcoTalk.